Joy Lab. Hi, I'm Tanya. In this lesson, I'm going to show you one example of partner costumes for when your partner is unwilling. The American Gothic painting by Grant Wood is currently at the Art Institute of Chicago. Let's look at it closer to find the key characteristics to identify it. The man has blue overalls, a white shirt with no collar, black sports coat, he's bald, silver glasses, and of course a pitchfork. The woman has a black shirt with a white collar, a cameo jewelry at her neck, a brown dress with white edging, and light hair with a center part and a low bun and a little tendril hanging down. Now let's look at Pinterest to see what other people have done. Joy Lab can help. Here's our board, Creative Costumes for Any Event. And you can see how other creative partners have done this costume. Looking at these 4 examples, most of the key characteristics are there. The painting cuts off at the waist, so we can only guess what's below hand. Now, I know you would never come up to somebody at a costume party and tell them their costume is wrong or what they should have done to make it better, right? You're never going to do that. Always say, "Great costume," and then let them tell you how they created it. For my husband, we already have all the clothing. The blue overalls, the black sports coat, a white shirt without a collar, and at the local costume shop I picked up these glasses. They're black, framed instead of silver, but because we have the other characteristics correct, no one will know the difference. If you don't have a white shirt without a collar, you have several options. You can buy a collared shirt at a thrift store and then just cut off the collar. You can take a collared shirt that you already have and simply turn under the collar. Or you can wear the shirt with the collar. It's just like the black glasses. Since you have all the other characteristics, having a collar on that white shirt won't make any difference. My husband's hair happens to be lacking, just like in the painting. If your man isn't bald, it doesn't matter. Short hair will still give the idea of the painting. Now, if he has a beard, however, that probably wouldn't work. So either he can shave the beard or you'll just have to pick a different partner costume. So for me, I could head to the fabric store and get a pattern or two to sew the black shirt with the white collar and to sew the brown dress with the white trim. But I don't have to because I have favorite thrift stores. You can see I was very successful. I found a black button-up shirt. A black pullover would also work as long as it's high-necked. I grab a white button-up shirt just for the collar. I'm fortunate to find a brown dress with a pattern that's close enough. Remember, you want to get the idea of the painting. Don't worry about finding a dress with the exact fabric. A cameo is typically an oval-shaped flat pendant with a lighter colored design, usually the profile of a pretty girl. I thought it'd be easy to find a cameo in the jewelry making section of a craft store, but it took me 3 shops to find this one. It's not my favorite because it has these jewels around the edge, and I think that's too much for the painting. But the size is right, so I'm going to go with it. I was kind of getting desperate, and my plan B, always have a plan B, was to cut these apart and paint it. I'd paint the background this color and draw a profile of a pretty girl with this lighter pearl color. My idea was to cut off the white collar and sew it onto the black shirt, but it turns out I like the black shirt and I want to wear it again. And I like the white shirt too, and I want to wear it again. So I can use them both at the same time. I'll wear both shirts, either turning the collar under or turning the collar out as needed. See, I've tucked in the black collar and the white collar. I'm going to pull over it. And the black shirt doesn't have a top button, so I will just pin it for now. I could stop right now. If I added the cameo, I have most of the characteristics and everyone would know that I am the American Gothic painting, especially with the guy with the overalls and the black coat and the pitchfork. But I don't want to stop. I want to add that white trim. That white zigzag trim is called rickrack. It comes in 3 sizes. Medium is what you usually see. They also have jumbo rickrack, and that's what I'm going to use just so that it stands out extra sharp against the black shirt. The package is for 2.5 yards, and that's 7.5 feet, which is plenty for the neck and the 2 armholes. Now, if you look at the painting, there's 2 things you'll notice. The first is that the rickrack is only half showing. It's sticking out from behind the dress. The second thing you'll notice is there's a wide part of the black that's showing. Now, right now, my dress is not set up that way. My dress has too high of a neckline, so we don't get that separation of the black. And if I was going to put the rickrack you really don't notice, and you lose the effect of matching the painting. So I am going to cut my dress in so that there's a wider part of the black that's showing. Then I can tuck the rickrack underneath that. My arm openings are fine just the way they are, but I'm going to cut this dress so that there's a wider part of the black showing, so that the white rickrack tucked behind will stand out more dramatically and really say that this is the American Gothic painting. You'll notice in the painting that the width of the black is about the same as the width of the white that shows. So I'm going to use my fabric pen to mark that. New neckline. That's pretty even. Now on the back, you don't want to alter your zipper. So the top of the zipper is going to have to meet where your line at the top of the shoulder is. So I'm going to just connect those together. All right, they look about even. Now we're going to sew with a tight zigzag and then cut. Before your fabric marker fades away, pin the lining to the dress. This fabric is very slippery, so by pinning the two layers together, it'll help keep them in place when you're sewing your zigzag. I'm not starting at my zipper, I'm starting maybe an inch in from the zipper. I have a wide zigzag, got a narrow stitch, and I'm going to stitch zigzag along my new neckline. I'm going to make that even a shorter stitch. I'm looking at it to make sure I like the new neckline. Okay, I think it's pretty even. Removing the pins. Now I'm going to carefully cut the old neckline away, but I don't want to cut the stitches. So I'm going to cut inside the fabric and not cut the stitches. The stitches will seal the edges of the new neckline and keep it from fraying. And now I'm going to sew the rickrack from the underside. I can keep both the top and the bottom thread black. I don't need to make the bottom thread white because no one will see the inside. Adjust my stitches back to a straight stitch, no zigzag, and around 2.5, 3. Remember, you're lining it up so half of the rickrack is showing in the front. And you don't have to stitch a zigzag, you can just stitch a straight line down the center. Very nice edge. Okay, armholes. Now, when you sew the rickrack onto the armhole, start at the bottom. So when you overlap at the end, it's hidden by your arm. You don't want that cut rickrack to be showing at your shoulder. Here's my shoulder. Here's the underarm. All right, let's see it on the dress form. Pull out the sleeves. Doesn't that make a difference? Doesn't that just make it perfect? I'm so pleased. Pin on the cameo. Ah, it's wonderful. I really like this. Now, I have short hair. It's the right color, but I'm not going to mess with a wig or anything like that. I'm just going to tie my hair back in a low barrette, and it'll be good enough because this is definitely the American Gothic painting. Now it's your turn. Become the American Gothic painting. Or perhaps you have another idea for costumes for unwilling partners. Let me know how your costumes go. I'm Tanya. Thanks for watching.
Joy Lab. Learning done right.
Learn more with Joy Lab. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Visit us at joylab.biz.